Welcome, everyone, to the engaging epic of racism against the machines. As you recall, last part, we figured out that Dwibs, Pedro, and Tio are part of the League of Extraordinarily Evil White Gentlemen.
Yes.
Shuroi is the chaotic neutral, perfectly balanced as everything should be. And apparently it turned out that Jova Hexian, am apparently the pure good guy because I am black. Therefore, because I have a black headset, I'm not owning this headset. I'm communing with it. I'm on the same level, brother to brother.
Exactly.
My Switch
See?
and everything.
What a shit show this game is.
It really, really is. Like, I'm sorry. I don't even know if I can call this a kindergarten. I don't even know if I can call this a kindergartner's view of history, because even as a kindergartner, I had a better idea of how stuff went than this.
That's the thing, Shiro. This game is constantly shoving my face how I'm cartoonishly evil I am, so I guess I might as well be cartoonishly evil.
Oh, Pedro.
Yes.
I just got back from my latest white product supremacy meeting, and
What, an Apple meeting?
Yes, actually, and we come to a new conclusion.
What is it? Dwebs, Shiro and Jove are here. Save it for later. We can't have them.
It's okay. I'm neutral. You can tell me.
Screw them. They're traitors to the cause anyway. Who cares what they think? Anyway, I've decided now that black ties are evil.
Of
But
course.
a tie isn't even technology.
It's a good thing.
Actually, don't over. They were made by technology.
That reminds.
They're related to technology.
Oh, so you mean that we should now go against the sewing machines that make them?
Yes.
Sewing machine.
In fact, you know what? Screw clothes. I'm going to spend the rest of my life naked.
TMI, Dwibs.
Dwibs, I hate to say it, but
Don't you see?
the nudist communities have beaten me to it.
Teo, don't you see? Dwebs' act is symbolic of the fight against. It's symbolic. It's symbolic, Teo, in our fight for. Here we go.
Oh,
there you go. Now, Jova, Hillary Clinton is here to.
Yeah, what?
Hillary Clinton is here to fix things up. Don't worry. There you go. All electronic communications are restricted.
That's stupid.
Literal martial law.
So yeah, Jova, you were asking in the previous part, Jova, about why the hell is if the public opinion is supportive, why the hell is the government being like this? Well, she's about to address that. I think
temporary camps.
Also, the government is the government. Basically.
Remember, Jova, the McCarran Act is a thing, actually.
There we go. See, look at that. It's the White House. See? Clearly it's evil. See?
Can I be any more stilted in how I deliver this?
That's the thing, Jova. I get the feeling it's a French woman trying to sound American. Again, David, didn't you learn anything from Heavy Rain?
Oh god, and here I thought the plot twist was just that she was a robot.
Maybe she's both. A French robot.
Maybe.
Well, there's also Fahrenheit / Indigo Prophet.
I would argue that Indigo Prophecy had better acting than Heavy Rain, to be honest.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a really tough call.
Intelligent Life, Cyberlife, Deviant.
Didn't I pick for the... Oh, whatever. Even if I don't pick, I can just recap it.
Tell us.
Yeah. It's been a year since I recorded this, so I don't know.
Really? That's your only answer? Ridiculous.
Hold on. Yeah, public opinion, I think. Do I pick public? Yeah, I do. There you go, Jova.
How do you know?
Hold on.
Public opinion is one thing, the security of the state is another.
Which is more common.
The American people don't... You see, guys, the American people don't know any better.
Exactly.
Public opinion has gotten at least 2 presidents impeached. Just saying.
And also arguably 2 presidents elected, even by all accounts we shouldn't have been elected. Just saying.
With Donald Trump, that actually wasn't public opinion. That was stupid bipartisan.
Wasn't that also for Ronald Reagan? Honestly,
like Teo said.
I forget.
Like Teo said.
After Nixon, everyone wanted a new face. So
yeah.
Oh, here we go, Jova. This is the redemption chapter for Connor.
Pedro?
Sorry.
Like Teo said, considering she has the traits of both, I shall now nickname her Hillary Trump.
So,
Truly the worst of all. Why do you have your helmet off like that?
So yeah, basically, Connor is going to infiltrate Cyberlife. He's going to pretend to still be, on the human side, and he's going to try to see if he can free all the androids that are at Cyberlife so they can help out with the revolution.
So here's my question. If Komsky becomes president, I guess that's in the situation where all your characters die. Does life for androids become better as a result? Because Komsky seems to have a hard on for androids.
Basically views the entire project of the androids a failure and restarts from scratch.
He's human, so he's evil, so obviously he's going to kill everybody.
Wow, that tower. Someone's compensating for something.
Okay, allow me to also say something, Jova. One thing that I didn't get in this first run about that Hillary Clinton press conference. There's an option to ask her about the recall centers. Where the journalist literally says, Madam President, there have been some concerns of people about the android camps and how they bring back the memories of the Holocaust and stuff like that. What do you have to say about that? And she literally answers Jova, and she already got this in her playthrough. Feel free to watch it if you want. And she answers, and I'm quoting, "That's ridiculous. Both these situations have nothing alike." Fuck you, David.
Mind you, America, the USA actually had some minor concentration camps against Japanese people in World War II.
Let me guess.
Yes, they did, but they weren't killing them they apparently are here.
I'll leave that to the documentaries, yes, Libs.
Let me guess, this is some sort of trap and he's leading us to our death.
No.
And here's the thing.
Surprisingly not, Libs. Remember, Connor is going full James Bond on this, honestly.
Also, here's the thing, too. Yes, we acknowledge that we did that in the past. Here's the thing, though. That's the past. This is supposed to be the future. Where humanity gets better. God.
No, Java, sorry. It doesn't work.
David.
Of course, because we're all evil, aren't we?
Exactly. There you go. See, finally he realized it. Finally.
Don't you see, the true genius about this is that David perfectly understands the fact that we are so chained by our nostalgia that we only want to live in the past instead of moving on to the future.
David, look, David, David, people who aren't full of shit rarely feel the need to try to assure us that they're not full of shit. Just saying.
I mean, look at me. I just finished destroying my 80th microphone.
Exactly. See?
You see, technology has always been taking our jobs. It's been filling up all our homes so none of us can live in them.
All right, time to neutralize the guards.
It's all technological.
Remember, Dwebs, Twitter took away the jobs of the gossip people. Now people don't gossip. All the people who used to gossip, now they're devoid of purpose because Twitter. See?
Not enough successful approach.
Okay, so basically we're trying to find the best way to take down these guards, basically.
Ooh.
Alright, now we can maybe shoot him in the head. No. This doesn't work either. Let's try a different scenario. Maybe take the gun away from him. There you go.
The drop kick.
Alright, this should work, hopefully. Alright, execute.
I hope Connor doesn't, kill them. He's gonna kill them, isn't he?
That's your answer, Jova.
Well, Jova, to be fair, Jova, they're evil human pigs, so they had it coming.
Those guys are just doing their job. They literally were saying they had their orders. It's not like he could have just knocked them out either.
Yeah, David, that's how Terminator 2.
Again, why doesn't he just knock him out? Surely he could do that.
That's what I was going to say next. Your foster parents are dead.
Meanwhile...
Yeah. What if those guys were parents for all we know? Again, guess it doesn't matter because...
it's okay, Joe, but their children are probably evil too, so... they should die as well. So
now all this stuff is happening side by side, and again, these characters are barely interacting with each other. Why does this all need to be one chapter?
yeah, Alice is cold, so we're going to deactivate her hot-cold sensors. Basically, child androids...
Oh my god, they're really just making it more apparent. You try and act like you're human, yet if you can turn off how you feel your heat or cold... Wait, hold on. This is the first time they've even mentioned a feeling for heat and cold.
Yeah.
Why would you give the robot the ability to feel heat and cold if you didn't expect them to act human?
From what I can guess, Jova, apparently they do it for the child androids so that they can...
remember, she's a child android, therefore they need... usually the child androids are bought for parents or people who want children, so we want to, give affection to children.
Wow,
but they can't
really? They're leaving... So you're telling me that the police... So the police are leaving androids on the street. It's not like that would traumatize anyone.
But basically, Jova, the cold hot sensors for child androids are basically to give a bit more realism, quote unquote, to the whole thing.
So let me get this straight. Society acts like androids can't be humans, despite the fact that they give certain androids the capabilities to act more human, and yet they act surprised when they act human.
It was just a prank, bro.
And now,
look at the brutality.
And now you know, Jova, why good will always triumph, because evil is dumb.
And also, again, I can't see how they're going to somehow make a happy ending, seeing as how it's good that nothing can be redeemed, but apparently somehow there's a happy ending coming.
The only happy ending that can possibly happen is if we kill all the humans.
Also,
No, I'm not going to bow down to Norse logic.
My divergence with Dweebs on Luther from the previous part aside, when you get down to it, Jova, when you really think about it, aside from the obvious thing that Kara's story is pointless in the grand scheme of things,
this whole story feels pointless.
Hold on. But specific about Kara, it's not even that long to begin with when you think about it. Kara has a small life as an android. She started escaping with Alice. We're jumping one or two places, and we include as a result. We're jumping one or two places, and now we're here, near the end. That's it.
Yeah.
At least Connor and Markus be multiple important locations and do very different stuff. Kara is all about running away.
It feels like we've gone in circles with Kara's story, seeing as how we were in the city, then we escaped the city, only to come back to the city to come to Jericho, which ends up getting blown
Set
up.
me free. Sorry.
Yeah, this really does feel like an E3 shot.
Rolling around at the speed of fuck.
This is a stealth section where you have to go between each car in typical David Cage fashion. It's incredibly stupid, piss easy, and literally anybody can do it. Shiroi did this first try, with no problem.
You know what's sad, honestly? Them revealing the Alice plot, I care even less whether or not they die. Like,
you see,
it really did.
I just realized something, Jova.
What?
The stealth sections in these games, David's games, are participation award trophies for people who are bad at stealth games. To make them
pretty much.
That's basically what they are. See, there you go, Shiroi. Now you get to be good at stealth as well, thanks to David.
Also,
because it feels good doesn't mean it's good for you.
Oh, she's brave. Okay.
What?
I'll mention
Your
it.
wife?
I'll mention it later. It's an android pretending to be a human, if I remember correctly. There you go.
This is just cartoonish at this point.
Yep.
For comparison's sake, to compare this to the other French video game we're commentating on at the time of this recording, I actually felt some heartstrings being tugged in that one cutscene where everything feels like it's all lost.
Well, considering
like
what we're seeing right now, Jova, more comparison to what we're seeing right now, how do you feel about the oppression of the Alpha section towards Elise as a whole?
I actually feel that more, like especially that scene where nothing was said for like a full 10 seconds, but the music, the scenery, everything shown does it. Whereas this game has been more talking. Sure, there have been some quiet moments, but this game has constantly tried to say these people are evil, blah, blah, blah. Except it doesn't acknowledge the faults with the androids.
Yes, folks, the incomplete cartoony game has more believable villains, more humanistic like villains than the actual uber realistic high definition game. Supposedly.
That boils down to the basic essences of it, Teo. The characters in stories don't necessarily have to look real; they just need to feel real. The reason
it also goes to show
the reason the prejudice between, say, the mice and cat from Ni no Kuni 2, Chapter 8 specifically, works fine is because the characters in those games actually feel like real people. Even the NPCs you talk to briefly still feel like real people because the dialogue is so well written in that game.
Remember this, even if a game feels incomplete, that doesn't mean it can't pull off something good, something noteworthy.
Obviously.
Young and Evil may feel fractured or incomplete, but it's still a game that I would recommend as a game that does hold a place in the history of video gaming, because it does do some pretty remarkable stuff with what it has. This game, on the other hand, feels like the opposite. Like, this game had all the money you could possibly ask for from Sony, of all people. This game had all the time they pretty much needed. Had the development team, the resources, and everything. What they did with those resources, though, sucks.
That's still what boggles me, that for so long, Sony has been so willing to throw so much money at this person who has clearly failed
we've already talked about this. Remember, back they desperately needed unique games for the PS3 exclusively.
Yes, but what's the excuse with this one?
They made a 4-game contract.
Hold on. Oh yeah, pretty much, yeah. Like Pedro said, they actually made a free game contract. The problem is that contract ended up lasting longer than the PS3 did. Big shock.
Okay, so we have two choices here. If you'll allow me, Jova, we need a...
I was just going to cap off. As of this game, the contract is finally done.
Yeah. Don't worry, Teo. Sony parted ways with Quantic Dream, so that's done. Regardless. We have two possible ways. We can go through the risky but safer route. The risky but more direct route, or the safer but longer route. I decided to take a risk with with this route because I have my passports. I mean, might as well make use of them. God damn it! Rose went out of her way to get me these passwords, and she's like the one decent human being in this entire game.
It turns out Rose betrayed us.
I mean, there's Hank, who's kind of a gray area, but still.
True.
Do we ever see Hank again, actually?
Oh,
Hank has been through some shit.
Oh, by the way, Shiroi,
yes.
While you were away, I reached the conclusion.
What?
We were just doing the car stealth section from this part. Remember this one?
Yes.
I just realized something, Shiroi. The stealth sections in these games are participation awards for people who are bad at stealth games. So there you go, Shiroi. Now you too can feel like you're good at stealth. Thanks to David.
Thanks.
There you go.
So, again, I asked, do we ever see Hank again?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. In this chapter, actually.
Participation trophies, aka you tried.
Oh, that's nice. The game baited
look at that! Humans can be nice.
Thanks.
That's because we lied to them, Jova. That's not right.
Again. Am I supposed to hate these humans? I mean, again, they're given the orders, yes, but I'm sorry, androids have been shown to have just as
time
much
for
problems.
more Frank Miller style news. All right, basically, that's what Markus is doing right now. Markus is leading another final protest.
Yeah, a peaceful protest.
Also, Jova, to answer your question, I would say yes, because remember, the only reason that guy didn't gun down those two is because he thought they were human.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. The problem is, let's not forget, androids have killed other humans too. Yeah, some have been technically for self-defense, but let's not forget some have the capacity for absolute murder.
But it's okay.
Heck, that's what the interrogation was about at the in the Connor chapter.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, Joe, but the humans are the ones who are provoking all of this, clearly. I mean, come on.
Are they really, though, all the time? Again, I mean, look, even in the Civil Rights Revolution, it's not like all blacks were saints. And again, look, the blacks, yeah, okay, look. You can't just say it was just the blacks that were in the right. No, the people that were in the right were the people who were standing for equal rights. Just because you're black did not automatically make you a good guy. Heck, some blacks actually supported racism here and there, even if it was a detriment to them.
It actually reminds me of Rudyard Kipling when he wrote the Jungle Book. He was a convinced colonialist Indian, native Indian. He supported the British occupation, so he was viewed very badly by his compatriots.
You brought it up. It's interesting you say that, Jova. Going back to that argument we were having about the cartoony cartoony art style versus real art style. Remember when we talked to NPCs in Chapter 8 of Ni no Kuni 2, there was even a mouse who was married to a cat. So it wasn't a black and white situation even with that. Mm-hmm. So again, it boils down to how good the writer is. The art style is relevant.
He's getting nowhere.
You know, it's a good plan and all of it, Marcus. What exactly was your plan when they start opening fire?
Well, that's the problem. Basically, Java, that's the problem. They have nowhere else to go anyway, so it's all or nothing here. If they need to die here, they might as well die freely.
Of course, the reporters are here, though, to cover, which means that even if they die, their sacrifice will not be in vain.
Exactly.
So there you go.
Again, though, here's my question.
Don't you see, Jova? We're going to prove a point. We're going to die for the greater good, so that others can continue our fight.
So here's my question. If human opinion is supposedly as bad as they suggested it was, why would humans all of a sudden become a good guy then?
Oh, Jova, like I said, you're not gonna like how the hell this entire thing resolves.
Yeah.
Also, I see they finally dropped the C word in this.
Wow.
We surrender?
No, Markus, you need to T-pose instead.
Yeah, are you gonna open fire on unarmed protesters? Well, kinda. We already did that.
Oh yeah, they are, because this is America.
America, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, this
Coming
is exactly
again to save the motherfucking day, yeah.
This is the kind of thing that
Oh, they hold their fire now.
And androids, your game is through, 'cause now you have to answer to America.
Yeah, this is basically the kind of terrorist attack that was happening at the beginning of the movie. I keep forgetting the title. Jesus.
Shiroi, it actually fits really well because the humans of this game are just as cartoonishly evil as the villains of Team America.
Yeah, very good. Team America, that's what I was mentioning. This kind of thing that Team America would parody.
Yeah.
And now cover Max Payne style, kinda.
There you go. And now Connor kills everybody in one. There you go. See, that's how badass he is.
I'll admit that's kind of an homage to Sergio Leone's spaghetti western, where Clint Eastwood would just kill everyone in the room with his revolver.
Yeah.
In a single swoop. But anyway, basically the reason why Connor is here, we need to mass convert these
this
androids.
is the
Oh no.
This is where every...
If you want to know why Shirei hates this scene, watch her playthrough.
Yeah, this is the part, the final part where Connor entire story converges into what happens to him and Hank.
Oh, maybe Shirei could tell us why she hates this.
You'll see.
Okay.
And
for some reason now Connor
It'll be
has
easier to just show
so
you.
Teo, is Connor RA9 now as well?
So now Connor can do this too? How?
The basic conclusion we can all take from this is that the whole RA9 thing is stupid. And one of the other Connors fooled Hank. Yeah.
Oh my god. Hank! You're actually back for this.
You know what this means, right, Jova?
It's a standoff.
But not just that, but you know what this means, right, Jova? We're gonna have the shoot him, I'm the real Connor cliche.
Oh God. You didn't actually make it, did you?
Also, no, Jova, that's not the part I hate.
Here's the thing, Jova. It's an interesting thing, Jova. If you didn't kill Todd, you could actually find him here right now.
Not just
and
that. Tayo, allow
you will
me.
actually be sad
Hold on,
about Alice.
Wait. He'll actually what now with the old Alice?
Basically, he will actually express regret for his abusive figures.
Wow.
Too late for that, asshole.
You know what? Doesn't that kind of make the whole them trying to escape thing pointless then?
Well, mind you, Jova,
Get it? Oliver likes her despite them being androids.
Mind you, Jova, they had to spend their whole. Alice would have had to spend the time that she had with an abusive power figure.
Well, Jova, you have to understand that child is still a baby. Clearly, still doesn't understand how she's supposed to behave. Fortunately, fortunately,
lost the tickets.
Fortunately, Jova, with proper parental raising, she will learn to be a properly reasonable evil being, as she should be. Don't worry. But Teo, there you go, Teo. This is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about in the previous part, Teo. In order to save Lufer, if he makes it to this point at least, you need to steal this bus ticket. Silly me. I was thinking that there was a different way to save everybody that involves stealing from these poor innocent people that did no wrong to me. I guess I'm kind of old-fashioned that way too. Yeah.
So will Kara give them
basically, Teo, it's either this, Teo. Either doom these people to stay here or doom Lufer to his death. You pick. You can.
That's nice, David. I see some things are hard to die.
Sorry, Alice. It's okay. You did the right thing.
Basically, Teo,
What did I do? I don't even remember.
Basically, Teo,
you returned them, I think.
You returned the tickets. That's the thing, Teo. Remember, you're thinking of the boat scene. You know that scene where we're trying to cross the river with the boat. If we steal those bus tickets, we can just take the bus. We wouldn't need to even go for the river. That's exactly the thing. So, but again, silly me. I was thinking of not stealing from innocent people who have done no wrong to me. But apparently I should have. Otherwise, Lufer will have to die.
I actually forgot because you don't obviously show this in this playthrough. If Kara and Alice get caught and we're sent to the concentration camp, is it the same one that Markus is trying to free, or is it a different one?
I think it's he frees all of them, but yeah, I think it is the same one. Basically, Jova, there's an alternate scenario that I didn't get in this playthrough, where if you get caught during this part with Kara and Alice, they'll be put in the concentration camps, and you'll even get to see all of it. It's an entirely different scenario made specifically for that purpose. Hell, you even see all the androids completely devoid of skin in their raw white skeleton form. Yeah.
Wow, just like the victims of the Holocaust.
So subtle, Joe.
So subtle. Oh look! This woman needs to die at some point,
Wait,
right? I mean,
Rose?
she's not killing us.
Wait, what's Rose doing back here?
She was concerned.
Not just that, Tail. Remember, she's trying to also run away from the country because remember, she doesn't agree with the whole mentality of kill all androids thing.
I get that, but wasn't Rose sticking around to help androids get in? Like, if she's not around, who's gonna help them?
That's the thing, Jova. She just said we talked over it. The police went through her house, so
okay.
It's not even safe to stay in her house anymore. Basically,
They didn't really have much of a choice.
So now we don't need the bus anymore because now Rose can help get us into the border, right?
yes.
Yes and no.
Basically, Jova, we're going to cross the border through the river. Here's the problem. If you do that, that means that Lufer cannot make it past this point. If he's alive by this point, I mean. Basically, Jova, one of the big problems I was having is trying to figure out how to manage to keep Lufer alive all the way throughout the entire game. Silly me, I thought that considering how many choices we have in the boat, and you'll see for yourself when we get there, I figured maybe one of those choices would be the one that saves everybody. But no, in order to keep Lufer alive, you have to steal the tickets from those people earlier. That's what Teo was confused about earlier.
And oh no, go ahead, Jova.
do these really need to be all collected into one chapter? Like, I mean, it just feels arbitrary having them be there. Also, so they're there in silent protest, yes, basically within there. Like, again, this feels like this could have been split off at a different chapter, and it didn't feel like it needed to be all part of one, because this doesn't really feel like a climax. In fact, if anything, the only thing that feels like a climax is Connor's segment.
You were saying, Shuri?
Yeah, I believe like you streamed that particular part to me.
Yeah,
And
Taylor was there as
the
well.
Yep.
The choices were so like
Obtuse.
yeah, and there was one choice that you'd think would save everyone, but no. It is so vague. It is horrendously vague.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, we
Because I'm
gotta
pretty
finish.
sure I guessed the same thing that Pedro, actually picked, and it was wrong.
Guys, we gotta finish the barrier. Isn't this exciting?
Sure. This is a David Cage game. No matter what you do, you will always fail. You will always come out a loser.
It's at this, final act of the game where you start to realize that although your choices actually do hold some weight throughout the majority of the game, here is where it's clear that no, David does have a set story to tell, and he's going to tell it whether you like it or not, regardless of everything that's happened up until now.
Go figure.
And it's annoying.
Really is. I think
I don't mind it when games have a set story to tell. Of course, plenty do.
As long as they're honest about it.
Yes,
problem
you
with
just
this
can't.
game
You
is-
can't do both at the same time. You either pick one or the other.
it's like this game leads us with the
Like Ace Attorney.
mentality that yeah, true. Ace Attorney does have its minor choices here and there, but all the same, you're still playing a set story. But that
Hold on,
set
Jova.
story is still.
Oh, no, never mind. It's the other guy. Carry on.
Yeah, go ahead, Jova.
Carry on.
Again, Ace Attorney actually tells, a fun set story here and there.
Honestly,
but
it's kind of similar to the open world meme. So many games boast about having, we're having these huge open worlds to explore. The more infamous example being Todd Howard saying with Skyrim, you see those mountains, you can climb them. And then the actual game, well, actually maybe properly open, does not deliver those promises because games are bound to have, invisible walls and limits and everywhere. So that's kind of the dilemma of it, and similar to this, where David boasts about how your choices were, move the story radically different. And when I try to believe that for this game, it's still not, as big as his probably his intentions are.
Like I
Basically,
said, it was fine for the majority of this game, but
So-
it's again this final act that everything just kind of gets thrown out the window in that regard.
Well, Shuri,
Why-
to be
why-
fair,
question, how
Okay,
does the
I'm
hollow
confused.
flag
What?
work?
Why planting the flag raises the public
What
opinion?
is what are they gonna do
Yeah,
now?
in fact, didn't public opinion hate that because it was supposedly a violent symbol in the
So,
first chapter it showed
Yes,
up
Liz.
in?
So what's he gonna do now? They're gonna do the whole, what do we want? Equal rights. When do we want them? Now.
we already did that, Wiz. We already had the Freedom
And then
March.
Joel, he's gonna do it again, isn't he?
Nah, they're doing a strictly peaceful protest.
Right now, they're just holding out, Dwibs. Oh, it's
You
now.
were
It's now.
saying, Pedro?
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Just in time. There you go. I love this one.
Let me guess. Humans are such bastards. They'll shoot.
There you go. Exactly, Dwibs. Very good. See how in tune with the game you are. Why do the humans hate those that are different? See, that's exactly it. I just hate those that are different. Goddammit! I have such a profound hatred for.
Hate each other.
Joe,
I mean-
thanks for letting me borrow your powers of prediction.
I just hate
You're
anything. Like the fact that people dare to have differences. To me, it just burns me with anger. Like, why? Why are you different than me? Why?
And when someone does the whole Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed thing and takes the phrase out of context and makes bad propaganda out of it.
I'm afraid you'll have to die. It's like that scientist from Batman and Robin. I'm afraid you'll have to
Legendary
die.
Woodrow, yeah.
Anyway, you were saying, Pedro, to be fair?
To be fair, Shiroi, remember if you well, I didn't show it and you never saw it, but feel free to check it on YouTube if you want. If you do pick Revolution at the end, we'll have a full blown out gun war between the humans and the androids.
Really?
Yeah, we can. So technically, no, actually, you can turn this climax into a radically different direction. Actually.
Like I said, out of all the David Cage games, this really is the one that feels as if your choices actually do something.
I might show you after this.
And coming back to what he said before, and what Chiri said before about not managing to keep up the promises like that, Final Fantasy XIII Toon is another game that immediately sparks the mind. The game was heavily advertised with your QTEs, event actions, and all of them shaping up the stories in a different kind of way. This doesn't translate at all in the game. You barely got these QTEs through the entire game, maybe 4 or 5 times total. And only 2 or 3 are supposed choice, and the two of these choices are irrelevant, and the other is purely cosmetic. The same outcome happens at the beginning of the game when Lightning is fighting Caius. She has to do one attack or the other, and that changes nothing. But the most egregious one is at the ending, where Noel has to kill Caius and has to decide whether to do it or not. Nothing happens, depending on no matter what you choose. And the problem is that the supposed message was that you cannot change fate. It was all tied to that theme that Kyle was taunting about. The problem is that it's a very bad gameplay story integration and an ulterior slap in the face to the viewer.
I don't understand, Jova. Why? Why do we hate those that are different? Why?
Remember, it's in our genes.
All right, I forgot.
I mean the trousers.
All right, I forgot.
I mean, it's not like, it could have anything to do with it being, told to us by the older generation.
Maybe that's actually the reason of that stupid retcon in the more recent Predator movie. Get this, Jova, if you don't know.
They defy us. See? Go ahead.
They will not defy us.
Anyway, you were saying, Tia?
Basically, Jova, you know how for basically the entire Predator franchise has been built with the Predators taking the skulls and spines of humans as trophies, polishing them and exposing them to show how big dicks they are,
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, in the more recent movie, no, this is retconning, say that the Predators need to get our spinal fluids in order to absorb our genetic DNA material for some reason. The entire
Saint Black must have been high, Warren.
The entire foundation of the Predator franchise about this alien race hunting us for sport has been retconned into a generic we need to survive storyline. Bravo, Fox.
That sucks.
Tia, not for nothing, but I think that was somebody blame me Shane Black for that and Fred Decker.
I blame both. Fox greenlit this.
Everyone is to blame.
Yeah, that's a thing. I think that was Fred Decker's first major work on the movie since RoboCop 3.
All right, so now we're going to send a message to the press.
Free Tibet, lol.
Death to tyrants?
Tiananmen Square, 1989.
Humans are scum.
Equality?
Let's go with equality.
Sure, why not?
I thought he was going to shoot.
No, it's an holographic pistol.
Weldwebs, maybe one of these days I can stream Detroit to you and I can have you fight all the humans in a big war zone instead of the peaceful protest.
Battle Royale?
Yeah, you can. You can go full MGS4 on this and just war against the humans if you want. In fact, Jova, if Markus...
Hold on, Jova, listen to this.
Is it Stan?
Do you believe him? Do you believe in Jova? Just asking.
Right. Okay. You actually humor this. What happens?
Markus dies.
Yeah.
Of course.
Duh.
What happened to you, Stan? You were such a nice guy.
Remember, Hillary Trump, as Pedro called her, wants Markus dead because she thinks he can cripple the resistance with him dead.
Okay. Let me also reinforce something that was trying to say in the previous part as well. That's the thing. When I play a game like this, a story-driven, choice-driven game, when I'm doing my first blind playthrough, I tend to just do what I feel the characters would probably do based on what I know of them. Because it just comes off natural to me to just do it like that, and then explore any alternate choices in subsequent playthroughs. That's kind of how I usually like to do these games.
You think Markus would know better, though?
I know, but well, Jove, I never said that my method was perfect. You were saying too? Sorry.
No, I was just sighing, but because what you said previously about poor Stan being reduced to this. Yeah, sure.
You can
Your
fight.
voice is totally.
Our demonstration.
You can fight, or all you will die.
Yeah, what happened to the other androids demonstrating in the
And
campus?
Most of you will die. Yeah, I've seen Pirates of the Caribbean 3 too, David.
Fortunate.
Oh, so you're just admitting that you want to look good on the press.
Unfortunately, they just so happen to all die simultaneously of something. How weird.
It was a malfunction. It was weird.
Yeah. A simultaneous malfunction.
Yeah, it's like a disease to them.
It created giant bullet-shaped holes in their heads.
Yeah, no, sorry.
You asking me to betray my people? I am offering you the chance to save your people.
By killing them.
We're setting them free by murdering them.
That's
how it works.
That's all. But Shiro, that's all. We're humans. That's all we know how to do is to destroy.
Okay, then, wish granted.
Again, it's kind of similar to this choice that I just made, Teo. Like, considering the kind of character Markus is clearly made out to be, it just feels to me, it just feels right to me that he would say that. I will not betray my people. I would rather die instead. I mean, taking into account that those early interactions with Carl.
They didn't shoot him.
Taking into account those early interactions with Carl at the beginning of the game, it doesn't really make any sense to me to have Markus go into that route story-wise. I mean, in terms of consistent story-wise, obviously, since this game is all about you choosing, by all means, it's free to do that. But this is kind of how I like to do.
That's kind of the problem, though. The interactions that Markus does at the beginning are just because he's not a deviant yet. As soon as he becomes deviant, he starts questioning, "This is not fair. I should fight back." Your first action is potentially fighting back.
I guess,
someone who's
sure.
Treating you. It really does feel like a blank slate way to fill in.
This is Zion.
Like I said,
sorry, I need that.
And everyone died at the end.
Like I said, my method is imperfect.
What? Wait.
Well, it's just yours, Pedro.
Wait. I got sorry. What happened?
Basically,
They were filming Aquaman. We needed to transition to another scene.
Basically, this climax is one continuous chapter with no pauses. So I recorded it all in one go and divided it into the two final parts, part 20 and part 21. And this was the best. Sorry, go ahead.
For a second there, I thought that was just how the game ended for some reason. They're in conversation and it's get blown up and die.
Ultimately, humanity is the scourge of all existence.
No, Dwebs, that's how you would end the game. But
Hey, Pedro, this is quicker.
Yeah, no. What I basically did is I tried to find my best to find a good stopping point, and this was the best one I could find, basically. So tune in next time, where we finally melt the hearts of the evil humans and convince them that androids deserve their rights. How exactly? Just you wait.
Let's just say, Jove, you live in New York. They're gonna adopt a tactic that's being used in your city.
Let me put it. I'll just put it this way, Jova. You're gonna be so pissed. That's all you need to know.
That might as well be the catchphrase of this game.
Mana agrees.
Go get him, man. Get all the deviants.
See you guys next time.
See ya.